he's not very intelligent and undoubtedly remains damaged by the early death of his mother, Diana. And he very foolishly blames the media for her, in his words, which is complete nonsense. But I think he loved the adulation. He loved it when he was being praised, especially when he was a soldier. But then he became criticized, firstly because he became drunk in public.
Tom, do you think Harry and Meghan are fast learning what they signed away when they took this Netflix big moolah? And I would say they signed away their credibility and their dignity.
Well, that's our view, but it's not theirs. They need the money, and they need it now more than ever because they've got no other source of income. So I think they're just stuck with the devil now. They're tied to Netflix, they're tied to their book, and all the criticism they're going to take means nothing because that's the only way they can earn their money.
No, I choose people who don't want to be written about on the whole, whose lives are shrouded in mystery, and they want to hide their secrets, and I just love digging away to find out what they don't want us to know.
Had you hoped your children, Archie and Lilibet, would have had that you think they won't be able to now with this decision?
Well, for a start, the only time that I've come back to the UK is sadly for funerals or court cases.
Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is marking her daughter Lilibet's 4th birthday by sharing some personal photographs. A rare sighting of a little girl seen in this picture with her father, Prince Harry, and now her mom. The child's face is partially covered as the royal couple is known to fiercely guard the privacy of their 2 children. On Instagram, Meghan wrote, "Happy birthday to our beautiful girl. 4 years ago today, she came into our lives, and the day is brighter and better because of it."
Oh my gosh, brace yourselves because this is about to get messy. So Prince Harry and Meghan Markle honestly thought they could wrap their little family in some perfect protective bubble, shielding their kids from the harsh spotlight. But guess what? That very bubble might be what's about to burst and send everything crashing down. Tom Bower has just dropped a bombshell, like nuclear-level drama. And it's not about Netflix deals or royal feuds this time. Nope, he's going straight for the heart. Archie and Lilibet, yes, they're children. And now whispers about bloodlines, legitimacy, and DNA are swirling like a full-blown hurricane. It's chaos, palace silence on one side, and public demands for DNA tests on the other. The drama isn't just simmering anymore, it's boiling. This might be the scandal that could rip apart the fairy tale Harry and Meghan tried so hard to build. So buckle up because this is one royal roller coaster you don't want to miss.
That has always been her motive. She's money obsessed and always has been. And that is why she married Prince Harry. Her great surprise and disappointment was to discover that Prince Harry had very little money. She imagined he'd be worth hundreds of millions, if not billions. And she's having to make up for it now.
I can't see a world in which I would be bringing my wife and children back to the UK at this point. And the things that they're going to miss is, well, everything. You know, I love my country. I always have done. Despite what some people in that country have done. So, you know, I miss the UK. I miss parts of the UK, of course I do.
That the conversation, I'm told and I believe, was very early on in their relationship when Harry is bowled over by Meghan, is desperately in love, and already is talking about marriage, but long before their engagement is even announced, let alone they're married and she's pregnant. And he's sitting in Clarence's house with then Prince Charles and Camilla. And Camilla just laughingly says, well, any child you'll have will probably have brown skin and ginger hair.
The Queen and the Duke.
Yes, and we just bumped into the Duke as we were walking by, which was so nice. So it'll be a nice moment to introduce the baby to more family, and my mom's with us as well. So it's been a really... Here we go.
another great grandchild.
Okay, deep breath, because Harry and Meghan are back in the headlines, and not for their usual drama. Forget palace feuds, tell-all books, and red carpet Netflix moments. This time, it's about something way more sensitive, their kids. Tom Bower, the royal tell-all master himself, has just gone for their jugular. He's questioning whether Archie and Lilibet are even their biological children. I know, it sounds insane, right? But here's the thing. This isn't just some shady rumor from the depths of Twitter. Oh no, Bower's claims are apparently backed by years of digging, suspicious patterns, and eyebrow-raising inconsistencies that have quietly been there all along. And now, the couple who once swore they'd shield their children at all costs are watching those very children become the center of their most dangerous crisis yet. It's almost tragic.
That's why I think, I think Tina is a great journalist, and perhaps she has inside information. I don't see how the Sussexes can give up both the Netflix and the book deal. They won't be living in a Montecito cottage. They'll be more likely living somewhere in downtown LA, in a little hovel. That's their problem. They're stuck now. But, you know, the truth is about them.
Then he wore a Nazi uniform at a party. Then he was wearing absolutely nothing in the nude at the party in Las Vegas. And he couldn't cope with the criticism because, in his view, he is a target. And it didn't help that his telephones were hacked by News International, Rupert Murdoch's group here in London.
Here's where it gets dark. This isn't about royal protocol or petty family feuds anymore. People are asking one chilling question. Who are Archie and Lilibet really? For any normal family, that would be beyond insulting. But Harry and Meghan aren't seen as just any family anymore. They've branded themselves, curated every move, turned their lives into a shiny spectacle for the world. And now, the shine is cracking. Bauer claims surrogacy wasn't just a private medical choice. It was a secret, possibly covering up something even bigger. And in the world of royalty, bloodline is everything. Everything. If this is true, it wouldn't just be a scandal, it would be a grenade going off right under the monarchy. And poor Harry, once the cheeky prince everyone adored, now reduced to tabloid punchlines. Reports say in Montecito he's a total wreck. Pacing, snapping at staff, glued to headlines, spiraling under the relentless whispers. The irony? The man who built his brand on mental health awareness is now crumbling before our eyes. It's heartbreaking. Meanwhile, Meghan? Oh, she's playing it ice cold. No tears, just legal letters, lawyers on speed dial, and threats flying like confetti. But the more she tries to crush the story, the louder it gets. It's like trying to smother a wildfire with gasoline. People are digging harder now, connecting dots, remembering those oddly staged pregnancy photos, the sketchy timelines, the total absence of real hospital pictures or normal birth announcements. Everything always looked too perfect. And when things seem staged, people start asking what's being hidden. Critics say they had the chance to clear it all up years ago, but instead they doubled down on secrecy. And now, that secrecy is exploding in their faces. The carefully built Sussex fairy tale is collapsing under suspicion. And through all this, their silence is deafening.
Choose people who don't want to be written about on the whole, whose lives are shrouded in mystery, and they want to hide their secrets. And I just love digging away to find out what they don't want us to know. I wrote 4 years ago a book about Prince Charles, and it was a story about how he had rehabilitated himself after Diana's death, and how Camilla also had to be rehabilitated, and it was a #1. It was a fascinating story. So when Meghan came along into the scene, I just thought, this is fascinating. How is this going to play out? To tell the truth, I spoke to very few friends of Meghan because she put a fatwa on anyone talking to me who she could. So I sent off dozens and dozens of emails to her friends, and most of them didn't even reply. And obviously I spoke to her father, who loves her still very much, and said, you know, in the end, whatever she is, she's still my daughter. You can't beat the real story. I mean, that's the excitement of writing these sort of books, that in the end, nothing beats the truth, the real fact.
And here's one of the biggest red flags fueling the fire. Archie and Lilibet's distance from the rest of the royal family. William and Kate's kids are constantly seen with Charles, Camilla, even the late Queen. So many warm family moments captured forever. But with Harry and Meghan's kids, crickets, practically nothing. No cozy family photos, no casual bonding shots, nada. So now people are wondering, is this just coincidence, or has the palace been keeping its distance deliberately? Because let's be real, it speaks volumes. If it was just surrogacy, fine. That's a personal choice. But if donors were involved and those kids aren't even biologically Harry and Meghan's, oh, that would be an earthquake shaking the entire monarchy. The crown survives on bloodline and stability. If that cracks, everything cracks. And remember, this isn't just coming from some gossip blogger, it's Tom Bauer, the guy who has exposed ugly royal truths before, and disturbingly, a lot of his claims have turned out to be right. So when he drops something this explosive, people listen. He's basically lit a match under what could be the most dangerous royal secret ever. If this gains traction, it wouldn't just stain Harry and Meghan's reputation, it could erase their place in royal history completely.
Well, that's our view, but it's not theirs. They need the money, and they need it now more than ever because they've got no other source of income. So I think they're just stuck with the devil now. They're tied to Netflix, they're tied to their book, and all the criticism they're going to take means nothing because that's the only way they can earn their money.
Okay, now, here's the part that's honestly making everything 10 times worse. the silence. Like, through all this chaos, Harry and Meghan haven't said a single word, not even a tiny hint. No statement, no denial, not even a "this is ridiculous" eye roll. Absolutely nothing. And you know what that does? It doesn't calm the storm. It fans it. People are screaming, if there's nothing to hide, why not just prove it? Why not a simple DNA test and end this circus? Every single day they stay quiet, the suspicion gets louder, heavier, more impossible to ignore. What used to be just quiet whispers on hidden forums has exploded into hashtags trending worldwide, primetime TV debates, endless panel shows dissecting every blurry photo and messed up timeline. Social media is swarming with the same question on repeat. If Harry and Meghan are telling the truth, why not take the test and shut everyone up? Their silence isn't protecting them anymore. It's suffocating them. And from a PR perspective, this is a total catastrophe. The Sussex brand was built on that picture-perfect, sunshine and mansions, Montecito life, the Netflix docuseries, the speeches about breaking generational pain, the curated image of love and family. But now that whole glossy picture is crumbling, and these aren't just little cracks. They're massive structural fractures tearing through everything they built. And for Harry, the sting is brutal, because this isn't just another scandal for him, it's personal. Fatherhood has been his redemption story, the reason behind everything he's done since leaving royal life.
You have extraordinary reporting in your book on what this was likely based on and how it doesn't match up to what Meghan said. Here's the clip, Sot 6, from the Oprah interview.
Think back to that Oprah interview, their big docuseries. Harry has said over and over that becoming a dad saved him, that it grounded him, gave him purpose, and now critics are going for the jugular. What if the kids he built his entire life around aren't even biologically his? Do you know what that does to someone? That's not just damaging an image, that's shattering an identity.
Well, of course, that was brilliant of you to bring that clip up, because the body language just showed her discomfort as she dug deeper into her own hole. I mean, the truth is this, that there are two truths. The first truth is that the conversation, I'm told and I believe, was very early on in their relationship when Harry is bowled over by Meghan, is desperately in love, and already is talking about marriage.
It's a savage blow, not just to Harry's public persona, but to his very soul. This is the boy we watched walk behind Diana's coffin, etched into the world's memory as a symbol of resilience. And now, he's being painted as either a clueless puppet caught in Meghan's schemes, or as an active co-conspirator in a royal-scale cover-up. Neither version works for him. One makes him look weak and pitiful. The other makes him look dishonest, manipulative, and complicit. And worst of all, both make him look powerless, like a man who's lost control of the narrative of his own family.
How would your mom feel about your relationship with your brother now?
I think she would be sad. I think she'd be looking at it long term, to know that there are certain things that we need to go through to be able to heal the relationship. I have felt the presence of my mum more so in the last 2 years than I have in the last 30.
Insiders from Montecito are spilling that the vibe inside their mansion is grim, like deathly tense. Harry is reportedly obsessed, almost paranoid. He's glued to gossip columns, articles, even random YouTube videos dissecting every frame of his children's photos, every timeline from Meghan's pregnancies, every wild allegation Tom Bauer has thrown into the ring. Friends say he's restless, pacing rooms, snapping at staff, ranting about conspiracies, barely sleeping. You can practically see the anxiety etched all over him, and here's the cruel twist that everyone keeps pointing out. Harry once branded himself as the mental health prince. He was supposed to be the poster child for healing. And now, he's spiraling, trapped in the very storm he always claimed he could rise above. Meanwhile, Meghan's approach is the complete opposite. Cold, calculated, strategic. She's reportedly exploring every legal angle imaginable. Cease and desist letters flying, threats to media outlets, anything to suffocate the story into silence. But here's the catch. Every time one of those legal threats goes out, the public just gets more suspicious. The louder she tries to slam the door shut, the more people think, if there's nothing to hide, why go this far? It's totally backfiring. Instead of calming the chaos, it's like she's tossing gasoline on a raging inferno. And then, the palace. Their silence. Absolutely chilling. No statements from King Charles. No warm photos of Archie or Lilibet with their grandfather or any senior royals. Not even the simple birthday greetings that are usually tradition for royal kids. Compare that to William and Kate's children, who are constantly being publicly celebrated by the family. It's like night and day. The contrast is so obvious, people are asking, does the royal family already know something? Or have they suspected the truth all along? And now there's a brand new theory spreading like wildfire. Some believe this cold distance from the palace isn't punishment, it's protection. Like the monarchy has been quietly keeping Harry and Meghan's kids at arm's length, insulating itself from a scandal they secretly feared might one day blow up. And now that Tom Bower has dragged it all into the open, the palace could just be waiting. Waiting for Harry and Meghan to either confess or completely crack under the pressure. If that's true, then this isn't just tabloid drama anymore. It's a full-blown royal reckoning. Because if even the monarchy has doubts about Archie and Lilibet's legitimacy, then it's not conspiracy, it's crisis. And let me tell you, this has gone way past curiosity now. It's full-on suspicion. And it's not just the tabloids stirring trouble. Even respected journalists, mainstream outlets, and longtime royal supporters are openly asking the same question. Will Harry and Meghan agree to a DNA test? The fact it's even come to this is mind-blowing. But when every other chance for transparency has been stonewalled, people are saying, what else is left? And honestly, that's the most damning part. They had so many chances to end this early. Medical records, clearer timelines, even just clearing up the bizarre inconsistencies in photos. But instead, they doubled down on secrecy. Or worse, gave vague, confusing answers while hiding behind lawyers. And now that silence isn't protecting them, it's destroying them. In the court of public opinion, silence doesn't look like dignity anymore. It looks like guilt. And the saddest part? The damage might already be permanent. Harry, the once bold, rebellious prince, now looks like a man completely unraveling. Friends from his military days, the ones who once admired his courage, are reportedly distancing themselves. Sources close to him whisper that he's unpredictable now, bouncing from explosive anger to eerie silence. They say he's lost his identity not just as a royal, but as a man. And fatherhood, his supposed redemption arc, is now under attack. And if even that gets stripped from him, what does he have left? And then there's Meghan. While Harry's crumbling under the weight of it all, Meghan hasn't cracked. Not even a little. Instead, she's sticking to her signature playbook, deflection and control. Insiders say her lawyers are basically on overdrive, drafting responses, firing off threats of lawsuits, demanding media outlets take down stories. But here's the thing. Legal letters don't solve moral scandals. If anything, they just make the public more convinced something's being hidden. The other, it guarantees that suspicion will cling to them forever, because questions about bloodlines don't just vanish. They linger, they fester, and eventually, they rewrite history. Harry and Meghan gambled everything on their narrative of freedom and honesty. But now, that narrative is being shredded, torn apart by silence, by suspicion, and by the one haunting question that just won't die. Who are Archie and Lilibet really? So here we are, watching the Sussex fairy tale crumble under the crushing weight of secrecy. Is Harry a victim caught in Meghan's web? Or is he a co-conspirator in a cover-up that could rewrite royal history forever? And most importantly, who really are Archie and Lilibet? These questions won't fade. They'll haunt the monarchy until the truth comes out, because in the end, the choice is simple. DNA test or silence. One will free them, the other will chain them to this scandal forever. What do you think? DNA test or silence? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more royalty.